Hi, I'm Justin. This is C5 Dev, where inspiration is a chain reaction. In this video, I'm going to use Scenario GG to create a picture with a cat and a dog in it. Along the way, I'm going to show you some of the nuances or some of the tricks with prompt engineering and just the sensitivities that it has if you make one decision versus the other. Along that, we should also be able to see some pretty cute cats and dogs. So let's take a look and open up Scenario GG. In the app, I'm in the Generate Images section, going to go to Stable Diffusion. And from there, I'm going to type cat and dog. Generate a couple of those. With those done, I can tell by the quality of these images and kind of this weird look that I have once again forgot to change the sampling steps to 75. So I'll do that and generate another set. All right, with those complete, let's see, one thing I want to do before I continue on is some of this is pretty creepy. So I want to make sure I remove some of that. So I'm going to get rid of creepy and ugly. And I'll run a couple more of those. All right, that's looking pretty good. Let me just add in here high resolution and high quality. And same down here, I'm gonna actually remove those low quality and low resolution. All right, I think we're really starting to narrow in on some pretty good looking photos. Maybe one more that I'll add up here is cute. And let's run that one more time. With that complete, I think we have some pretty cute cats. There's still some that look a little bit different, but the important part is let's take a look at this. So just kind of looking back through the photos that we have, I am not seeing too many dogs in here. So one of the things that I want to try is in this prompt, I actually put cat first and then dog. So what if I remove these and then put dog and then cat? Do I get different results? Interesting. Okay, so now I got all dogs. So how do I get a cat and a dog together? Let's try doing cat and dog as one. Now we have one photo with a cat and a dog. That's in the better direction, but again, seems like cat has taken over because cat is leading in the cat and dog. So maybe let's try doing a photo of a cat and a dog. So that seems to be getting us a little bit closer. Now it may also just be kind of luck of the draw of rolling, since I'm only rolling 8 images at a time, it's possible that it was just kind of a coincidence on that. One of the things that I think I may want to remove is cute because it seems to be limiting the kind of dogs that are on there. So I will actually get rid of cute and then try running that again. All right, with that, not too much difference of an effect, but still seem to have a lot of cats. I have a cat dog here. One of the things I may want to try is instead of using and, is using or, cat or dog. It seems that I actually have more mixtures of cats and dogs, so maybe the or functionality isn't what I want, as it seems to be blending a cat and a dog together. So I want to definitely go back to cat and dog. And then with that, since it's still very strong on cats, I wonder if I add just another dog here, if that will even the blend out a little bit more. Not yielding quite what I expected, but let's maybe add cute back in there, as we did get at least one photo that way. So I'll run it a few times here and see if we get some more images. Still see probably more cats than dogs, but that may have helped balance it out just a little bit. One part I want to try is actually saying that the two are together in the photo. Let's try removing that. So I'm going to type one cat, one dog in a photo together. Let's try that. All right, that's working even better. Now at least we're getting 2 in each. Granted, here we have a third one. That works pretty well. There we have 2, and then we have 2. Yeah, we're starting to hone in on this. So another thing you can see that I did here is I created one sentence or one phrase instead of breaking it into parts. In Scenario GG, you can do either. The parts might be a little bit easier to substitute, but if you want the order to be in a specific way, when you delete one and you add one back in, if you deleted the same one and added it, it's going to put it at the end of the list. So if you are trying to reorganize things quite a bit, it might be better to start off with a phrase and then copy that over to a text editor, and then that way you can swap out words and then delete this one, and then you can add it back in all together. One of the other things I want to do is I noticed that these appear to be pretty close photos, and I actually want to step back a little bit. So let's just see if we can add wide angle in here and then put close up down here, as we want to remove the close up and focus on wide angles. So let's take a look at a few of those. All right, getting a little bit different results. Not quite what I was hoping. Maybe let's remove wide angle and just keep close up, see if that helps. All right, that's giving me results a little bit different than what I anticipated. But I want to add in here, I do like that it seems to be pulling back a little bit. So I'm going to add wide angle back. And then let's try, I think, bad anatomy. Maybe that will fix some of the body parts. All right, that seems to be working a little bit better. Looks like we got one down here with cat and dog, though it's pretty strong on the cats again. So let's try that technique where we just throw in another dog and see what we get. Interesting. Now we have a giant cat dog over here, and it's starting to merge some of those features in. So what I think I'm going to do is actually go back to our cute dogs, even though they were close up, and just see if I can run a few of those. And then I'll keep bad anatomy in there because I think that's a good one to remove. Let's just see what we get with this. All right, still getting a lot of cats. Let's see if I switch this and say one dog and one cat in a photo together. Well, as you can see, the struggle is real. Either you have the dog first, which then creates a lot more dogs than it does cats, or you have cat first, and it creates a lot more cats than it does dogs. This one is close, except this cat doesn't have a leg there. So the next thing I want to try is get rid of that, and I'll say one dog and one cat, and try that. Now it seems to be picking either cat or dog. Interesting. All right, we'll go back to dog and cat. And then I think the issue before is we were running into having many. So I'm going to say many dogs or many cats. Let's see how that works out. That's starting to yield us a little bit better results, I think. Again, maybe we just got lucky, but cat, dog, and cat, dog. And they're looking pretty close to what they should be. Oh, cat, dog here, except this dog is a little bit influenced by the cat. One thing is I want to make sure to pull out people. So I'm going to go down here and type people or person and exclude them. And then Let's run that a few more times. So taking a look at that, it didn't remove that person, so not quite what we were hoping for, but we did at least get one dog and one cat. So you can see some of the subtleties that you have to work with through here. The many cats, many dogs has seemed to reduce the number, so we end up getting just one of each. That is kind of helpful. Granted, here we have 2 dogs, but yeah, working pretty well. Generate a few more. Let's try dog and cat together again. Remove that. See if that gets a little bit better hit rate on this. All right, that didn't quite work the way I anticipated, so let's go back to cat and then dog and see, oh, and then together. Or actually, let's go with next to each other. See if it can pick up on that. All right, that's not working. Again, we're getting a lot more of the cat still. Let's just try maybe typing that out. Photo of a cat and a dog. So let's see here. So still pretty strong on having more cats than dogs in the photos. I wonder if I can throw one more dog in there and see if that helps boost it a little bit. And that did not seem to have an effect. If anything, I just ended up creating a cat dog there and probably a cat dog there. So let me remove that and I'll run that a few more times. All right, since it's so strong on cats, gonna go back to a photo of a dog and a cat instead. So I'll switch that order and let's see if we can at least get something a little bit closer to what we want. Looks like we have maybe a little bit more. Still now stronger on the dog side a bit, but let's try to, we have some hope here, but there seems to be some parts getting malformed in that. So let's just add in a few more negatives to try to pull out some of that and make these a little bit better. So I'm going to put malformed, gross, disfigured, and let's see, we'll also add missing limbs. All right, we'll start with that. And then another thing I want to try is sometimes 4K works quite a bit for increasing the quality of photos, so I'm going to try that. It might also help with that pulling back a little bit, so I'll generate those. All right, let's take a look at some of these results. And looks like, so here we have a pretty good dog, but it might actually be picking up some of the cat. Cat has a little bit of the dog. Look at this cat. Pretty impressive. So the cats work pretty well together, but it appears that having a cat and a dog in a photo is pretty tricky. The system seems to want to create a cat and a dog together. That. We try going back here and I'll do dog, cat, now that we have the 4K, and we'll just see. So those are good looking dogs, but dog and cat not together. This one, I guess, actually has a little bit more dog than cat in it. So let's try changing this to one cat and one dog. All right, running into similar issues as before. With that, I'm going to try actually removing all this. Let's just go for a Hail Mary on this one. I'm going to change A to one cat and one dog. All right, out of all that, it looks like we probably got one that kind of fits. And so down here, I think I also want to pull out the many cats, many dogs. And then I'll run that again. All right, so now that we have that, now this is pretty tricky. We're getting a lot of cat dogs, or we're getting a lot of cats. And looks like we have one there. That's a pretty nice photo. So what I'm going to do now is actually just run this a few more times, quite a few more times, and I will collect probably, let's say, 15 examples that are kind of like this, where it's pretty good quality of a cat and a dog. And I will put those into one generator, and then we'll take a look and see if that generator is able to then reproduce the cat-dog combos at a much higher frequency. As you can see, it is quite difficult to try to get a cat and a dog without that blend between the two. Oh, look at this photo. Crept up. Works pretty well, though I do see that dog has cat ears, so actually I won't use that one. But this one's good, and this one down here is pretty good as well. So I'm going to go through again and collect more of those photos, and I will show you the results of that generator. So after generating probably over 200 images, I was able to collect about 20 that seemed to have a pretty good quality of a cat and a dog. One of the big challenges in this is really that I think having both the cat and the dog in the photo really presents a big issue to the model, trying to figure out which one is the cat and which one is the dog, and to apply the features. The different irises of the animals seem to be one of the biggest parts, so even if the body was correct, the eyes would be quite different. So the other part that I noticed is that there were photos that just had dogs and just had cats. Those worked and looked really beautiful by themselves. So now what I'm going to do is create a generator that uses this training set, and let's see if Scenario GG can then create repeated images of high quality cat and dogs. All right, so back in the tool, I'm going to click on the double chevrons and say create a generator. On here, I'm going to call this cat and dog and add the images. All right, and then I'm going to accept all because these were generated within Scenario GG, so they are all square. Okay, with those added, let's go to next. I'm going to let auto training occur on this. And with this one, I want photography. And let's see here, food, landscape, nature, others. I'm going to go with others. Nature might work, but let's just go there. All right, and then we'll check back once this generator is set up and trained. Now that the generator has been trained, let's see if it works to generate some images. And now that those are complete, looks like we have quite a few that are pretty good. 1, 2, some of these. Looks like we got the double cats some more, but yeah, definitely is creating more useful images than what we've had using the other generator. So Scenario GG is doing a pretty good job of creating that. Probably if I grab some of these better ones and then retrained a model off of that, or retrained another generator, would get even more results that are what I expect. As you can see, Scenario GG is pretty impressive. It took me quite a bit to get the initial training set, but after acquiring that and then creating a generator, I was able to generate something that created a lot more of what I needed. I could probably even refine that process more and create a training set from that generator and all the images that it produces, and then get an even more refined result. But it's pretty good the way it is, and so hopefully you learned something. If you like this video or found it useful, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't already, do click on that subscribe button to get more videos like this in the future. Follow me on Twitter for all updates. That link is in the description below. I will see you in the next one, and thanks for watching.